Hi guys. We're having some technical difficulties, but I am gonna see. Caitlin and I, we thought we could get on in the same in the Facebook event, but we were having technical difficulties here. I don't know exactly what the deal is, but we are working on it. Thank you for your patience. Jaina and I are here. We are seeing what we're gonna do the kids class. We're gonna see what we can do. Thank you guys who are waiting. You are so kind. Caitlin Hooper wants to be in your video. Yes. Says it's adding you, Caitlin. Let's see what happens. Texting. Hey.
We did it!
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go tell everyone, or can you?
Yep.
Okay. Do you know how to link them to your Facebook page?
Yeah, I figure that out. For some reason, my page. I'll make another post. Okay.
I'm gonna also post, because if they're a friend of mine, they might not see your notification if they're not paying attention.
Yep. Hi, everybody. This way, everybody.
Okay. You're skipping.
Awesome.
It's fun, right?
It's all right. Technicality. I see at least two.
I saw Laura.
Yep.
Okay.
At 5 so far. I Brett.
You see Brett?
We're okay.
Can you? I'm gonna plug in my AirPods. An AirPod in. I'm hoping this will help you not skip.
Let's try it. That sounds good to me. Did it make a difference?
Kinda.
Your voice is okay, but your video is a little choppy.
Well, I say we just go with what we have.
Okay, sounds good. All right. We want to wait for a few more people to hop on.
Yeah, let's give it like 2 minutes. Jaina Roo, you ready? I lost my co-host.
That was a lot.
You want to say hi?
Hi, Jaina.
Hello.
What are we going to talk
I'm gonna talk about Ari and Nicholas, and then Kate, and then Lucy will talk about these three.
Awesome. Tell them what you're drinking.
I'm drinking red drink. I really like it.
Say it nice and loud. What is red drink?
A drink that's healthy for you.
What's in it? Do you know? Here. Well, what makes it red?
Yeah.
Makes it red. Makes it red.
We can make it red.
And what oil is in it?
Lemon.
Not quite. Lime. Lime. It's some Ningxia Red, about this much Ningxia Red, 2 drops of lime oil, and a supplement called Sulfurzyme, and then we filled it up with water, and she already drank half of it.
Hi, Daddy.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okie dokie. Caitlin, you want to, we can get started with our introductions maybe?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Does
You want to introduce
Jaina want to start?
Tell them who you Jaina. How old are you?
6.
And what's something you like to eat?
Cupcake. And I like mac and cheese and pizza.
And what's something you like to do with me, or something you like about Mom?
I like playing video games with Daddy.
You like playing video games with Dad? Of course. What? What do you like to do with me? What do you like to do with Mom?
I like playing video games with Daddy.
You like playing video games with Dad? Of course. What? What do you like to do with me? You like playing video games with Dad? Of course. Daddy. That's okay though. I'm glad you had fun doing that with Daddy. What's the oil you used last, do you think?
Thieves. Because I use it every night.
We do use Thieves every night, and you're drinking lime. All right, does Lucy want to introduce herself?
Say, I'm Lucy, and a food that you like.
I'm Lucy. Probably my favorite food is hot dogs. And the oil that I used last was probably lavender. And something that I like about Mom is that we get to spend lots of time making crafts together.
You've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, Lauren. Let's hear about you.
All right. You want to ask me the questions, or you want me to just go with it?
Yeah, tell me a household chore that you would pick over the rest to do instead of all the other ones. Like if you could only do one.
Okay. Well, so I did think about this.
I would choose washing the dishes or vacuuming.
That's good to know. Those are Jaina's answers. I struggle with those ones that just pile up every single day. The one I would choose is like family schedule, calendar planning. That is something that when I do, and I don't mind doing that. I really like sitting down and making our list for the week and doing the schedule and doing the calendar. So I think that counts as a chore. What about you?
All right.
What's your chore that you would pick over all the rest, Caitlin?
I would literally do everyone else's laundry if they want to do all the other chores.
Oh.
Yep. I don't mind. It's therapeutic. I can listen to a podcast while I'm doing it. It's sorting, organizing. I like organizing, so.
Nice. I like that.
Carter at school does.
Yeah.
And I do.
Jaina's saying she also likes some of those things.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good thing, to be willing to be helpful. What's something that you love about Jaina?
I like that Jaina is creative and that she is a good leader. She is an
I like building at Maker Play.
She likes her school has been doing this creative play with big things lately, and she likes to build it. But I think Jaina is a good leader, and I love that about her.
I'm good at studio maintenance champion.
And she is the studio maintenance champion at school. Make sure she's got the checklist to make sure everyone else does their jobs at the end of the day, their cleanup jobs.
Good leadership, girlfriend.
ID.
Good leadership.
Guys, yeah, keep commenting, keep engaging. It's fun when you do. I'm glad you are.
We're seeing the comments. We're not always responding to them.
We see them, though.
Yes, please.
What do you love about Lucy, Caitlin?
I love that Lucy is willing to try new things, that she's not afraid of the unknown.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of even throw up.
Even throw up. Well, that's good.
That's awesome. Lauren, what was the last oil that you used?
The very last peppermint in my mouth on the way to school is probably the last one, but the one I am most excited about, I can reach it, perfect, is lemon myrtle, which I am obsessed with. I think lemon myrtle smells like the candy Pez, kind of. It smells like candy. I use it in this blend that's like a knockoff Anthropology blend. A very lot of them. So now I don't have to baby this bottle anymore, so it's in the diffuser today. What about you?
You're cutting out, so I'm just like.
Okay, well, Caitlin, what about you? What oil did you use last, or what's in your diffuser today?
Oh, yeah. Okay. The last oil I used was Valor and frankincense together on my neck and brainstem to just help support being not so pained. Sometimes when the barometric pressure changes, and right now that's kind of what's going on in our coast, we can get kind of that pressure headache or whatever. So I've heard that Valor is really helpful for that. So been using it.
Awesome.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. All right. Can you? Yeah, I see Teresa Cannon is here. Can somebody leave a comment and tell me if I'm cutting out or if you can hear me? Let me know if somebody's watching. Let me know
I wonder if it's just on my end.
if I am cutting out to them. Because I'm gonna chat about our next topic. Although I guess if I'm cutting out, I don't know how to fix it anyway, so I might just go with it.
I want to do feathers.
Okay, yep, we'll talk about that in a
You
minute.
can always type it out in the comments afterwards.
Yep, if it's hard to, Holly says I'm cutting out. Let's see, occasionally. Laura Cross can hear me. All right, let's see. I had my Wi-Fi off. I turned it back, because you never know. Sometimes I turn it back on. We'll see. All right, I'm going to tell you guys why our family, I want you to be really careful that you don't drop that.
I will not.
Okay.
Miss Sarah asked me to fill the diffuser at school sometimes.
Excellent. Thank you. They have diffusers at their school, which is so fun. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about why we chose Young Living
And
over.
why we use this.
Remember what we talked about? How we're not going to interrupt other people while they're talking.
Yeah.
Because you don't want people to interrupt you when you talk, right? Right.
No.
Okay.
Hi, Kelly.
Okay. Hey, Kelly.
No.
All right. So
Kelly Cross.
when it comes to oils, just like food or clothes or any other products, you get what you pay for, right? Like, there's a difference between eating at McDonald's and eating at a high-end restaurant. When you shop with Young Living for essential oils or supplements or personal care products, we get to vote with our dollars. We basically are saying, yes, we support ethical, high-quality treatment of people and the planet. That is really important to our family, and I bet it's important to you too. When you shop from Young Living, whether it's oils or anything else, you're going to get products that work from a company that is transparent and generous. Caitlin's going to talk a little bit about what I mean by generosity later on, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I mean by products that work and transparency. So we got started with oils about 4.5 years ago because I was having a skin issue on my feet that I needed a solution for, and I heard essential oils could be helpful for that. And it was about that same time that I learned that artificial fragrances are really dangerous. And I knew I needed to get them out of my home for my health, but especially because I have 2 little girls. We also have a 4-year-old. I have a whole video on fragrance, so if that's something you like that is new to you and you're curious about, leave a comment and I will tag you or post the link to it after this is over, because it's not our focus today. But anyhow, so that's why we got started with oils. And for the first 2 years or so that we used them, it was mostly like to create a nice ambiance, to clean safely, for stress relief, things like that. And then we went through what I call the train wreck winter. Our kids were 2 and 4 at that time, and they kept drinking out of one another's cups. It was like we got one cold after another after another. They just took us down one at a time. And I had heard in our education community that you could use oils to help support your immune system. So we decided to give that a consistent try. We had got a FaceTime invitation. We had planned on just seeing like, okay, let's try these and see how we feel after a couple months. But I kid you not, within like 6 weeks of prioritizing our health proactively by using some oils and supplements consistently, we noticed a huge difference. It was like totally insane. I could probably tell you guys at least 50 stories, if not hundreds, of where our family was going through something health-wise, and oils and supplements made a huge difference. Some of those, like topic-wise, are better sleep, better skin, improved energy. We don't get canker sores anymore. I talked about that today. The duration of when we get colds is way shorter. And not once in the last 2 years have we had some sort of illness that has taken everybody out at once. That was a huge difference for us. Maybe you're like me or like I was, and you're listening to me and you're like, well, that sounds too good to be true. You guys are in good company, because one thing I didn't mention is I'm a nurse, and when I heard stories like these, they just made me like raise my eyebrows. I felt really skeptical until we tried it for ourselves. Honestly, that is why we just tried it for ourselves, because we were sick of being sick. We were kind of desperate, and I heard the stories from too many people not to try it. We figured, what's the worst case scenario? It doesn't work and we're out some money, but then we have our answer. Well, what actually happened literally changed our lives. That's why over the last 2 years, I've started talking about it, teaching about it, and I've also done a lot of research like into why oils work in our body. It's not a coincidence. It's not a placebo effect. It's real plant science. You can look it up too. I just didn't know where to look. If you want to know where to look, PubMed.gov is a great place to start. So like I said, I can be kind of skeptical, right? Well, that leads me to transparency. I have found a ton of transparency with Young Living as a company. You can get essential oils a lot of places, but there are some certain things that are really important to know that set Young Living apart. First, they're the oldest company there is. They're the pioneers of the essential oil industry. The second thing is, just like the food we buy, it's really important to know what we're getting when we put things in our bodies or on our bodies. Young Living they own their own farms, and they've got farm practices like hand weeding their plants. They use sheep in their fields for weed control, which also gives a good fertilizer. They allow anybody to visit their farms and distilleries. They also pay ethical wages for labor, whether that's their farm workers, their corporate employees, or their distributors. If you're getting cheap oil somewhere, then something is being skimped on. And whether that's treatment of the planet or of people, or you, it's going to either be their employees, their plants, or you, the customer. I don't want that. One thing that some companies do to cut costs is they do something called multiple distillations. And lots of moms can relate to this, right, because of this analogy. It would be like using your coffee grounds or your tea bag in different water, like up to 5 or 6 times, and saying that that cup of coffee or tea is equivalent. Gross. We all know it's not. Young Living only bottles their first distillation, so that means they only sell you 1 cup of coffee with those coffee grounds in it. It's hard to know sometimes, like, where what you're getting is from. I have a story I tell in my classes about a lavender farm that our family visited in northern Michigan that was selling essential oil, and I asked, oh, how do you distill that? That's so amazing. They said, oh, we get this somewhere online. So even small companies that look great, we have to know to ask the right questions. The contrast to that is we have other friends that own a family farm. We get our vegetables from them because I can see them hand weeding, and we can go visit whenever we want. We go every week. We pull carrots out of the dirt, rinse them off, and eat them. That's the type of business I want to support, and that's what we found with Young Living. They're kid safe, they're pet safe, they don't disrupt our hormones, they don't have ingredients that are linked to cancer. When I can get myself to Utah, I can go to the farm and the distillery myself. I had planned to go this summer, but 2020. But anyhow, before I turn it over to Jaina for a couple minutes, transparency business practices. They don't have any weird agreements to sign or weird fees to pay. They're so transparent. It's been a huge blessing to our family. Hey, Jaina, it's your turn. Yay! She says, yay! Hope you guys can. All right. Are you ready? Uh-huh. What's the first oil that you remember using?
Probably the first oil I ever did was probably peppermint or lavender or thieves.
And, well, so do you want to pick one of those and tell us what we use it for?
Peppermint.
Okay, what kind of things do we use peppermint for you?
I have allergies and I put it around my eyes because they get really itchy and that helps.
Awesome. Thanks. Do you want to tell us about what you're holding?
This is feather.
What is feather?
A diffuser.
What does that mean?
It means, so the feather diffuser is for, it comes in the kids kit, and it can give night light, and you push one of these buttons. I can't remember which one right now, but you push one of these buttons, and then it can be a night light, and there's sounds on the back.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if Caitlin and Lucy have theirs plugged in. If not, no worries. But if you do, ours at our table is not plugged in.
We'll plug ours in and we'll show you while she's talking about it.
That would be one. Okay, so what kind of things do we like to put in our house?
It's on our dresser.
Okay, and what do we use?
Lavender, sleepy eyes, and
Yeah, lavender or sleepy eyes and thieves. Thanks for telling us about that. Okay, tell us what.
So this is Kidson's owie.
And what do we use owie for?
I use it for my elbow.
Jaina's got a scrape she's recovering from a bike wipeout. We found that owie is really, really helpful for scrapes. It makes it not, it helps prevent scarring in my experience. How do you feel like it helps? Jaina's showing us how to use it. Yeah, perfect. Yep. You can also, this bottle doesn't have it on it, but you can also put a little roller on it if you are doing that with littler kids who can't drip slowly. You can just put a little roller on so they can roll it right on. But this works pretty well for us. It's okay. Yeah. Would you like to tell us, after you read about snifflies? No? Cool.
This is toys you can put it on your chest. Usually it has a roller on it, but it doesn't on this one.
We should do that. But we put it.
You put it right.
And what is it helpful for? Yeah, and what's it helpful for?
It's if you have a cold.
Nice. For telling us. What kind of things, the last question I have for you for right now, Jaina, is what ways does Young Living help our family that you can think of?
It helps us when, like, we, it helps us when we do, like, it helps us when we're sick, and it helps us not get sick.
Helps us feel healthy.
And it's better to use them when you're healthy so that you don't get sick.
Yeah, we've learned that. We've learned that we don't just save our oils for if we're sick. We use them all the time to stay well. Thanks. All right. I think we'll turn it over to the Hooper ladies for a little while. Are you guys ready?
You're ready. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you guys how we keep it frugal, because I know that that was really important to me when I first got started, and I'm guessing it's probably important to you. I've had so many friends say, yeah, but isn't Young Living expensive? And I say, you know, you get what you pay for, just like Lauren said, but also we found a way to get Young Living in our home frugally. And one of those ways is through their opt-in rewards program. I kind of liken it to something like Starbucks Gold Card, where the more frequent you purchase things, the more freebies that you get. And that's kind of what Young Living does. It's a subscription box where you get to pick what items you put in there each month, and you can change the day that it processes each month. So you have total freedom over what you're getting sent directly to your door. And I love this about Young Living, because I used to shop at like Natural Grocers or Whole Foods or some, you know, the health food stores. And one thing that was frustrating to me is there would be such an array of products, like the same product, and I would have to decide what brand to pick, and I would just not know. It was so frustrating. But now I don't have to guess. Young Living has been so transparent, like Lauren said, along the way, that I feel confident in putting these products in my box, and then it's sent right to my door. So on Essential Rewards, your first month that you get your box, you're going to get 10% back on your order. And that is on top of your discount shopping. We call it a Young Living membership. And that's what Lauren and I do, is we help people get discounts to shop with Young Living. We help empower you to make choices for your family that bring freedom to you in a number of ways. And by the time you've been doing this as long as Lauren and I have, you're earning 25% back on all of your orders on top of your 24% member discount, which is incredible. There are certain promotional tiers each month that change, and you will earn free product by hitting those tiers. And it's from Young Living that we've been able to build up our oily toolbox. So a lot of the oils that I have on hand, many of them have come for free from Young Living because I'm already buying things like toothpaste, dish soap, and
it's something that you put in the laundry.
oh yeah, the laundry soap.
The laundry soap.
Our Thieves Household Cleaner, which is, if you've ever looked into natural cleaners and haven't yet looked at Thieves Household Cleaner, I would highly encourage you to do so, especially if frugal is important to you. It is one of the hands down most frugal ways to get a non-toxic cleaner in your home. And not only is it the most frugal, but it's safe, it's easy to use, it's effective, and it goes for a lot of different purposes. It's very multifaceted. Young Living is just, there's so many of my products that I've been able to extend or use for multiple purposes that help me feel confident that my dollars are being well spent. And then some of the biggest ways that Young Living has impacted our home, you can say for number one, even beyond the health measures, right? Like we all know that, I mean, especially according to Lauren's story, how you saw this big transition of how their family stayed above the wellness line after they started incorporating these into their daily routine. But for me, it has been such a huge blessing to have the community aspect of doing life together with people who are headed in the same direction that you're headed. And with a Young Living member, the discount shopping power that you would get from being a member, you're getting that community in both Lauren's group and in my group. We're kind of in a collective team, if you will, and we show up and we support each other. And what? Oh. And another way that Young Living has impacted our family is that it has really enabled us to do life together at home. If I didn't have Young Living, I would be most likely driving to a job somewhere, spending a lot more time away from my family, and most likely wouldn't be homeschooling this year. It would be really tricky to do. Grateful for the things that Young Living has provided for our family above and beyond the health measures.
And if you were at work, we wouldn't get time to do crafts together that much.
We would have way less time to do crafts together if I was at work somewhere. Lucy, will you tell me what's the first oil that you remember using?
The first oil that I remember using would probably be
yeah. It was a long time ago, huh?
Yeah.
Remember having an experience with an oil a long time ago?
The first time that I used lavender, my body told me, well, in my mind told me that this is probably my favorite oil that we've had so far through the house.
What did you feel in your body?
It felt calm, and I felt not so much of being
Do we do it at bedtime?
Well, I usually do it at bedtime
Does
to
it
help me fall asleep.
Okay. And then can you tell me a little bit you really love, like this one or this one? And tell them what it is.
One that I really like is Sniffles, because most of the times at bedtime, one of my noses plugged, so that I just pour it over and dab the oil dab the oil onto my finger, and then just wipe it right there.
And that's been helpful to you. Can you tell them about this one?
Tummy Jize helps me because whenever I have a tummy ache or a side ache, it helps me. I just put it right on there, and then it helps to heal it.
Better. Can we tell them something Gemma did the other night? Can I tell them about that?
Yeah.
She came in and she said, "Mommy, my tummy hurts." And I asked her if she wanted to go get the tummy Jize. And she's my 3-year-old. And so she went and grabbed this off the shelf. She undid it herself. She just put it on, and then she fell asleep like that. Like that was what was keeping her from sleep. So it was such a gift to have that on hand. And the Little Oilers Premium Starter Kit is have any exciting things to share about this one?
Oh, genius. I think I've used this. I think I've used Genius once, but not a lot.
What were your thoughts about it when you used it?
Well, I haven't smelled it. I haven't really smelled it before, but I've used it on me.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing. What's your favorite thing about Feather?
Oh, my favorite thing about Feather is she can do music.
Can you hear that? Is that bad? Can you guys hear that? Oh, that's as loud as it goes.
Yeah.
The kids like this music at night. There's also sound options for those who would prefer to have like a white noise. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how you see Young Living being a benefit to our family? Like, how do you think that it helps us? Oh, she has one more thing she wants to share about first.
When we got Feather the owl, it also came with this little stuffy.
We love Steffi's here. And what oil are you really looking forward to getting?
Kid Power.
Kid Power. So that one comes free with the Little Oilers kit this month only, so until the end of September. And we can't buy the Little Oilers kit, so we're gonna live vicariously through a few of you out there. Tell us how you love it.
Yeah, Jaina's
All right.
leaning over to me going, I want that stuff.
I think I got it at convention when it came out. I think. So tell us what. Tell us how you see Young Living being a help to our family.
I think Young Living is helping us because lots of the oils help our bodies, and most of them are just for healing your body. And something that I really like about Young Living is that sometimes when a new oil comes out, I really want to try it, and when one does come out and I want to try it, I tell Mom that I want to buy it for like Christmas or my birthday or something like that.
So they're that valuable to you.
Yeah.
There you go, from the mouth of babes.
Love that.
All right, and Lauren, do you have something that you want to help wrap us up with?
Sure.
Or Jaina?
Jaina, what else are there things you wanted to talk about that we didn't talk
Then I have my own oils back.
Yeah, tell us about that. What do you bring to school?
I bring and I bring peppermint and I bring just to get up.
Yeah, Jaina has used her lavender and peppermint roller on a few classmates with permission. They got some bee stings this fall so far, and she was able to help. And what did they say about it?
It felt better. Also, peace and calming helps. So I just figured that out.
Yep, she shared peace and calming with a friend who got bee sting too. Peace and calming is one of our favorites since this is a mom and kiddo class. That comes in our regular kit. You could totally add it on to kids kit. Peace and calming is gentle enough for the littlest baby to the oldest granny, I like to say. But it is great for bedtime and it's a good tantrum tamer. That's a favorite of ours. Yes, my friend Dee commented they got their kid power today and they love it. That's the one that just everyone says it smells like an orange creamsicle. Mine's not here yet, but that, and I think Caitlin said this, but so this kids kit that we showed you guys or talked about, it comes with that Feather the Owl, and it comes with these 5 kiddo oils, 2 rollers, ready to just put right on your kid's skin, just like Jaina did. These are already diluted for these kiddos, so they're not going to irritate their skin, and it's going to come with that extra kid power bonus one, which is 3 times the size of this. It's a 15 ml instead of a 5. Super valuable. Young Living is sending it to you for free through the end of the month, which is insane. If you're watching this and you don't yet have your shopping discount, reach out to Caitlin or I because we probably have something special to offer you. But we are so thankful for everybody who tuned in live and on the replay. Thank you for hanging with us through a couple of our technical difficulties at the beginning. But whether we invited you or someone else invited you to this, you showed up because we care about your health and you care about your health. And that was the first baby step to change. That was our first baby step, was just listening. The next baby step we took was to get started. And it might seem intimidating or daunting, but like Caitlin mentioned, our community is amazing. Nobody is going to figure out how to use oils alone. Our community is such a good help. Figure out what their body needs. So can you. We're here to help. If you guys have if anyone who's watching has questions that we haven't gotten to, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll hang out for a minute or two and wait for questions. Caitlin, if you have anything else to say to close, jump right in.
Friends, how I always close these is I want you to know that you are known and loved without measure. That's all that I have. I'm excited for you guys to get started, and I'm a little bit jealous that I can't get this, but you can. It's going back to that frugal thing though, first time discount members, this together plus the little freebie, you're getting over $100 off what it would cost retail, which is why it's such an amazing, it's an amazing deal.
That is a really good. 135 and 6 oils. One of them that's 15 ml. That's a steal.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you wanted to say?
Do you have anything else you want to share?
One oil that I also like using stress away. It helps us to
You feel less stressed.
We feel less stress when we put it on.
And it smells like vanilla.
Yeah, and it kind of smells like vanilla.
Like vacation in a bottle. Yeah. Jaina, did you have anything else?
Nope. I think Lucy was talking about stress away. Am I right?
Yeah.
Jaina likes
Yeah.
play too, don't you? All right, friends. Well, I'm going to finish this recording. I will do my best to upload the replay to our event and YouTube because I know some people were going to catch it later. But thank you guys so much for those of us who joined us. It was a blessing
Yes, thank you.
with you.
It is.
Bye, friends.